If you're going through a breakup right now or have been through a breakup, you'll know that it can be one of the most heartbreaking experiences of your life, which is why I hope this video can decrease your pain just a little bit. I don't want to tell you that it will get better because honestly, I think we all kind of know that in the back of our minds. We all know that we move on eventually, but it probably hurts a lot right now, doesn't it? And you just don't know how to stop the pain. If that's the case, then please watch the video till the very end, and I hope that you get some perspective out of this video. Hi there, welcome to InsightJunky, and I can feel your pain. I am truly empathetic to what you're going through right now, but we are going to get you out of this, and not just that, we are going to make sure that you're stronger than ever before. And please listen to what I'm saying. I know you probably don't want to do any of these things that I'm going to tell you to do. I know you probably just want to lie in bed all day, but please listen to me so that you can get better. So the first point is that you have to stop fantasizing about getting back together with your ex. I know you're probably thinking about this right now. Maybe if he just apologizes, maybe if I just tell her I've changed, maybe this, maybe that, maybe I just need to become better looking, and on and on. Look, what you're going through right now is going to be very painful. And our brains by default are built to avoid pain. This is why you'll keep coming up with irrational excuses about why you should get back together with your ex. Please don't do that to yourself. Holding on to these thoughts is very bad for you because of one precise reason. It keeps pushing you further and further into denial. In order to heal, you have to come out of denial and completely accept this new reality. I know it's going to be hard, but please do it so that you can heal. So don't think about getting back together, no matter how good of an idea it might seem. You might not be able to understand this logic right now because you're in pain, so just take my word for it and trust me. The second point is to stop all contact. This is probably the most important one. A lot of us make the mistake of staying in contact with the other person because we think that we'll feel better. You might call the other person just to scream at them or go through their Facebook post trying to deconstruct what they're thinking about. Hell, you might even get annoyed by the fact that they don't seem affected by the breakup while you're here crying, watching this weird animation video on YouTube. Right, so please let go and cut off all contact. Block them from all social media. Resist the urge to call them. In fact, if you really have no self-control, get a friend of yours to keep their number and then delete their number from your phone. If it's too much, get rid of photos or belongings you might have of them. I know this all seems very harsh. After all, you might just want to check if she's okay. So what's wrong with being friends with her on Facebook or following her on Instagram, right? I'll tell you what's wrong. When you're with a person, that person doesn't just become a part of you. That person becomes a habit. Pay close attention. That person becomes a habit. And now, just like a bad habit, you have to stop the habit of the other person. Let's say you have a bad habit of biting your nails and you want to quit that habit. Will you tell yourself that biting just one nail is okay? No, of course not. You have to quit all of it. Because here's the thing. Listen, what are habits? Scientifically, in your brain, they're just a bunch of neurons that are connected together. The more you keep using those neurons, the more alive the habit stays. And if you stop those neurons, slowly the connections become weaker and weaker until the habit is officially gone. So this is why you have to cut off all contact. Please do this for yourself. Number 3 is know about the radicular activation system. So the radicular activation system is a part of our brain that controls our focus. Have you ever thought about buying a car, and once you decide which car you want to buy, that car just seems to be everywhere on the road? This is the power of your brain. Your brain is so powerful that once it decides that something is important, it literally blocks out everything else. When you go through something traumatic like a breakup, your radicular activation system is going to be out of whack. So here's what's going to happen. Maybe your brain decides that the relationship was good. So now all your brain is going to focus on are the good moments of the relationship. I've actually seen people, a close friend of mine, she was in a relationship with an abusive person, and after the relationship ended, all she could talk about was how caring he was. That's because her radicular activation system decided that the relationship was good. So all that she could focus on were the good parts, even though it was once in a blue moon that he was good to her. The same way, you might have had a great and healthy relationship, but if your radicular activation system decides that the relationship was bad, all you're going to think about are the bad parts. You literally won't be able to remember any good qualities about the other person. So why am I telling you this? Well, this is because you have to know that because of your RAS, you're not going to have a balanced point of view about the relationship until your emotions stabilize. And you know what? You might go back and forth. One moment you might be glad that the relationship happened, and the next moment you might regret every second. So if this happens to you, you don't have to do anything. Just know that this is part of the process. No, you're not going crazy. This is just how our brains work. Just knowing about this awareness alone will fix half of the problem. Now the fourth point is to pay attention to yourself. Pain can be one of the biggest motivators that we ever come across in our lives. Now I know this idea might seem a bit far-fetched and sadistic even, but here's the thing, you have to use your pain to be able to grow beyond your wildest dreams. I'm going to tell you something very clearly. After a breakup, I would say there's a period of 1 to 3 months. It may be longer or shorter depending on the kind of person you are, when the wound is still fresh. Now you can use this pain from the breakup to transform yourself in every area of your life. You can work harder, you can go to the gym, you can start reading again, you can be grateful for the pain without having to suffer. I'll say that again. You can be grateful for the pain without having to suffer. If you look at a lot of great people, sometimes their biggest achievements have come out of heartbreaks. Honestly, I think people underestimate the power of a heartbreak. Pain is unavoidable, but suffering is a choice. You don't have to suffer. Just focus all of your energy on things you can do to improve yourself. I know it might seem impossible right now, but just trust me, you're going to be glad that you used this pain. And the fifth point is to use your support system. Don't isolate yourself. Hang around friends and family members. If you don't have any friends or family members you can talk to, just drop a comment down below and I'll reply to it. Look, we human beings are social creatures. Even if you're an introvert, being with people who care about you makes you feel special. Don't spend all day sulking around in your bedroom. Take a deep breath, go for a walk in the park and say hi to a stranger. Try to make small talk with the cashier. Reach out to friends you haven't talked to in a long time and go out for lunch. Now before I end this video, I want to tell you something. Please don't ever think that a broken heart is ugly. In Japanese culture, there is a concept called kintsugi. When a piece of pottery breaks, in Japan they fix it again using gold or silver, and the end broken result ends up being more beautiful. So trust me, right now you can fill in those cracks in your heart with gold and you can let your heart be beautiful. Don't ever think you're alone, we're all here for you. I hope this video helps you in some way. And speaking of self-improvement, if you really want to get into that right away, I would really appreciate if you showed me your support by clicking that subscribe button. Hit the like button if you liked the video, and thanks for watching.